This is the show where we look at the major issue. I'm sure today cannot wait before we get into the field to do what we need to do so that it just remains just one more match to get to the studio this evening. Barrister Cᴜʟɪᴛ Adigba will be joining us via the phone line, and we hope to have very interesting conversations this evening. All eyes on the PDP, and they did not disappoint, I must say. There's a national convention of the PDP, and I think political pundits have a lot to chew on because there are going to be reactions and counter reactions to what we are seeing in Ibadan. It's nice to have you in the studio.
That Nigeria must win today. It's not about winning stage that we need to cross, but at least we still need to cross this hurdle. I think today should be a stroke in the park for us. But I know the Olusosun boy is going to give us deliver. He has, and the way it's going, Rashidi Yekini's record cup,
and just be a part of the biggest football festival, which is the World Cup. Joseph Fᴜʟɪᴛ, it's my pleasure to have you in the studio this evening.
I know that they are making our country proud. I think when they need us, I think the country should not forget them. Because if you look at country, all of us disappointed them. In fact, to some extent, that
and I think that's why
it's just unfortunate.
A lot of Nigerians are not so disappointed.
Close to 2 years, you didn't pay people back. How did you think that? Especially the local players among them, because for the big boys, all the Osimhen playing people in
even if they have all the
money, but
they're right. They need to get what they need to get.
And somebody is taking money.
Be wise with your investment options and all that, because again,
nobody's going to remember you.
I always say it's good to political evening in the city of Lagos.
Thank you. They qualify or they don't qualify, it's not my business. And I'll tell you.
Okay, why?
I don't care.
Why?
I will see. I do hypertension for nothing. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
The earlier we realize that, my brother, let me tell you.
There's a way it helps.
See.
Yes.
We keep praying. Every World Cup that we have gone to, at this stage, we'll be praying for someone. Listen, we have talents, enough talents.
Yes.
To some of them are already qualified.
Yes.
Everything we do in our country, in essence,
voila,
you have to wait to pay. International passport, we're giving all the grammar quality of players that we have.
Definitely. They know.
But then we keep mismanaging our talents and our aspirations. You guys are talking about payment to them.
Yes.
And allowing you to move. It's not contributing to the work. It's not working. Everybody is entitled to get what is due to them. Do you understand? Yes. Football of the day, the reality will stare us in the face.
Definitely.
They can celebrate in the villa, in their different houses, pump champagne.
Yes. But we want them to win. And that does not question your patriotism of the job we do. It's also a big one for us in the media when we participate in the biggest football fiesta.
Okay, now
call it remembering me in prayer, because
I
can't watch live Nigeria. I can't watch Nigeria match live.
Well, it's a choice.
I can't
like fan.
No, for Nigeria.
If you are used to sports and disappointment that comes with it. I think people that can never. Mr. Cᴜʟɪᴛ Nuruddin, Joseph Fᴜʟɪᴛ, I think we should also clap for the PDP. It's very important that anytime we talk about the PDP, they need a round of applause. They are very wonderful. And it's going to be our first talking point for the evening. They've decided to proceed convention, and they've done very interesting things. What we thought they would not be able to do, they would never do. They have activities. There's been a lot of reactions and counter reactions. There are governors who are already protesting that decision. Delegates came. In fact, I think it was Osun that they finished voting before the delegates arrived at the convention ground. We saw a lot of, because again, I had to take, but I think the high point of everything that happened yesterday, if you ask me, was the decision of the party leaders at that convention not to suspend, but to expel Wike and others from the party for anti-party activities. We've gotten some form of reaction from the Wike camp, and Larry Olayinka thinks it is Dirty December happening in November. I think it's that went to Ibadan, that went to Ibadan for that convention had only gone there to enjoy themselves, party, and do a lot of merry. Because I'm sure that by tomorrow, we'll see proper reaction from the Wike camp on this particular issue. My mind tells me that there might be a lot of pushing, fighting for the control. Take it off from there. And then secondly, it just has to be one of the talking points for us this evening. The Wike episode with Lieutenant Jerima. And that in itself has sparked a lot of concerns over civilian military. We've seen a lot of people who think, oh, Wike, there are people who have picked access to any property whatsoever in Abuja. And there are people who think that, look, it should have been more, discretionary in his approach to the matter. They should have been acting on a superior order. Whereas there are people who thought that, no, the army officer thinks that it's even wrong. And in his words, to have posted a naval officer for a mega job. But, we look at the conversation again, looking at what the law says. We look at land matters. We look at the role of the FCC authority. And then, of course, we look at the moral angle, the behavior of Wike, the behavior of the lieutenant. And then, of course, we put all of that together to have an interesting conversation on this particular issue. But Cūʀᴏnɪs Adigba escalated yesterday following the expulsion of the minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, and 10 other high-ranking leaders over alleged anti-party activity. Interestingly, again, the decision was taken at the PDP's 20th National Convention at the main bowl of the Lekan Salami Stadium at Damasingba, Ibadan, in the Oyo State capital. The party's national secretary, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, the national legal advisor, Kamaluddin Ajibade, and Austin Nwachukwu. Others are the factional chairman of the party, Muhammad Abdurrahman, Senator Mao Ohabunwa, Austin Nwachukwu, Abraham Ama, George Turner, and Chief Dan Obi, by the Bauchi PDP chairman, Samaila Baga, and it was eventually adopted. The Governor Fintiri, Umaru Fintiri, who himself chaired the National Organizing Committee of the convention, said, no, I'm not part of this. The plan was not there on ground in Ibadan to monitor that particular convention. And then, of course, governors like Governor of Plateau State, Caleb Mufwang, absent. There's one that is already defecting. That will be defecting on Tuesday. He was absent. That's the Taraba State Governor officially that he will be defecting. Agbu Kefas, that's the governor of Taraba State, that he will be officially defecting to the APC. The ceremony will be held in case of the PDP. Let me just ask you very simple. What do you think? How interesting will days ahead be for the PDP?
See, I think what we are just doing is for purposes of informing people.
Yes, we.
otherwise, children in adult bodies who cannot manage themselves, mismanage Nigeria when they had the opportunity. And the truth of the matter is that when you rate two bad apples, you will say, oh, maybe the PDP looks better. But the reality is their country and expect that they will do anything well. Look at knowing that INEC was not there. And it's the true news. INEC was not there. He chose to go ahead. And then they got their own court in Ibadan to say go ahead. So it's neither here nor there. However, they don't have the political capital to compel INEC to come and superintend their convention. So the governor knows that already. So why did he even chair his friend? Because he's a personal friend of Wike.
Quotes Governor Fintiri of Adamawa State, and these are his exact words. Because what he did basically was to mount the podium, inform the entire delegate. He himself will be withdrawing for and against this convention. It is not within my prerogative to continue with this.
That's not a man whose word and activities you should rely on. He's one of the top leaders of the PDP and one of the financiers of the PDP. It's not here.
We cannot continue. Take a position.
And we have contradictory court verdicts. I will advocate that we postpone our convention to a later date. if to make that point that he made, so he thinks he's smart. Not even can read what you are doing, you have failed. So here is the problem. What was the earth? To this date down. Umaru Fintri is on his way to the APC. Mustang, after meeting with the
Aᴅᴇᴅ has announced his own. The celebration is for Tuesday.
I said, listen, this government, you know, the Kefas was also in transit for a long time.
Yes.
Waiting for his connecting flight.
You want to think go land on Tuesday?
Are in transit.
Where is Adeleke?
This one is not getting a flight.
It's in no man's land. because the people don't want him. So he's in a quagmire.
That's Adeleke.
But you know Nigerian politicians, he will find people who have risen to the position of governor, ministers, senators, do not know that when the court says do not hold an event, you hold an event.
There are people who control the court.
The worst, you know now, you don't know that one.
I don't know.
But let me tell you what the worst of position for the PDP is.
Yes.
You cannot suspend a member. You can't expel them until that decision has been made at the ward level of the party. Not that when there was a move against Adams Oshiomhole, they first of all got people in his ward to suspend him from the party. But activities of the world, maybe the neck has is the expulsion of Wike and Ayofayose of the PDP. What is the FCT minister and the damager of the PDP?
The finisher of the PDP.
In fact, it is the second portfolio. So we know this.
Okay.
And look, if I were the PDP,
but maybe it was going to be difficult considering
it's mere tokenism, pretending to be lovers of PDP today are closer.
Sure.
You can't take his word for anything. Even Damagu was Wike's apostle until he got a better paymaster in Bala Mohammed, the governor of Bauchi. Wike was on national TV and said,
Okay, all right, Barrister. So Nigeria should know what, but Nuruddin, I think we knew that this was going to eventually happen. But again, Governor Seyi Makinde looks for the PDP a turnaround. In fact, he said the Ibadan convention is historical, and that it will go down in history as that convention that saved the PDP. Do you think whatever happened or whatever has happened in Ibadan would go down in history as a convention
for so many reasons?
For saving the PDP, that's the point for me.
There are a lot of convention that have saved the PDP.
Okay, what do you think the convention will be remembered for?
Will be remembered for the first time that you are going to see chairman of. Then another one again is one that we won't forget because of the expulsion of some certain members of PDP. We won't forget because
they said it's just a joke. The PDP,
irrespective
the Wike faction has reacted.
The pronouncement has been done. It's only the court when they now get the court, because it's very, very obvious that this particular leg has just started. There are a lot of legs that is still court is going to decide a lot of things. But it's so shameful that we have on the same matter. We have seen this during the issue of Rivers Buaha between Wike's camp and the Fubala's camp. During our own tenure, that is going to make sure that all the judges are upright. But it's so unfortunate that
again, don't you think that politicians should be smart enough to know what to do when courts of coordinate jurisdiction begins to give conflicting orders on a particular matter? Again, sailed out for the sake of proper information that, look, apart from the Federal High Court give an ex parte order and later extended it. Remember that, look, ahead of this convention too, being denied the opportunity to purchase the PDP National Chairmanship nomination form. On Friday, just Friday before this Saturday, Justice Peter Lifu, ordered that the party must suspend that convention. And monitoring that process. Justice Lifu held that evidence before the court showed that Lamido had been denied the opportunity to obtain nomination form to contest for the position of national chairman. And if you look at it, this also came just as Jose Motosho have also said.
But it's still the same high court.
I'm coming. I think that look, people like Seyi Makinde are basically just living in fool's paradise, deceiving themselves on whatever they did, what they've done in Ibadan.
One thing there is this. Don't forget that all these parties, all these courts, they are the court of the same level. Either Federal High Court, either the one in Ibadan, in Abuja, they have the same one. Two angles to hit. Politicians
eventually becomes a waste. They don't mind.
What concern them? The primary local government election that was done in Rivers, after it was annulled, what happened? So one thing there is this, that one is one. Maybe another one was done. Another thing again that we need to look at is this. We believe that judiciary, who happens to be, we know that legislative arm of government will not be able to rely on
So you think it's more of the judiciary than the politicians?
Yes, we know politicians are going to be politicians. But the thing there is
do you think the problem is more with the courts than the politicians?
The thing there is of two ways. If politicians are doing their stupidities, they rely on court. The judge that gave that ex parte order, is he not a judge? Is he, even if he's a drunkard, for the fact that he's a judge in her shopping, especially politicians, the way it's like they have some certain judges in their pocket when they want to get, look at Justice Omotosho. If he has to be the only judge, so one of it to get, then there is a call for alarm.
All right,
and that is a angle that we need to. Politicians will always be politicians.
We know that. But let's bring in Barrister
conference.
Yes,
I need to drop him at the airport.
Yes.
Look, the reality is that when the body is sick, it's not only the head that is sick.
The legs.
The problem we have in our country is that the entire country is sick. Look, that is not the most perfect system of government.
Yes,
but it has the potential and the check and balances, and what they have done in other parts of the world. And I concluded my speech. Abinada's party won 29 out of 32 Senate seats, out of 330 House of Reps. But look at what that man did. That man amended the Constitution not to give his party and himself more power of the president, by removing the office of the Attorney General from under the presidency and making it an independent body that can even arrest the president for corruption.
They want to scatter that place too. One of the most peaceful democracies in Africa. They have started in Benin Republic.
They have a blood of Nigeria in them.
Yes. That we checkmate both the legislature and the executive. When there is a conflict, because the executive executes, they are responsible for the day-to-day decisions of the government, they execute. And then the legislature holds the force and the legislature. Then when there's a conflict between the executive and the legislature
comes in,
the judiciary for interpretation. But they implemented the. You see, when we came, remember when on the bench,
yes,
are those who have supporters and politicians in high places. You saw that majority of the justices of the court. It wasn't because most of them were more qualified or automatically qualified to go to the Supreme Court. So you now have a situation where the judiciary is not independent. Na Kwashoko democracy, Kwashoko. Where I think you get into our country because some of the decisions that they have been given of late we can't even understand. We think is, first of all, the PDP, like I said, have not done itself well. Sule Lamido is a consequential member of the party. Even when others were leaving the party, Lamido stayed put.
He has always remained in the party.
The least you can do is to allow that man an opportunity to contest any position
at the convention
and be defeated. Aminu will be the new chairman.
And
they did not allow.
They elected him.
So these people you know the disease called lupus. That look at the attacking is itself first before outsiders are attacking the PDP. So the point I'm making is that the judiciary is part of the society, and if the society, but they are not too many.
Okay, Joseph Fᴜʟɪᴛ, the judiciary, we continue to talk about them because again, they are also supposed to be that arm of government that helps to interpret the law when everything seems
to. Can I make a request?
Yes. Okay. No, let me just allow you to go. You told me you were going to be busy with some other things, so it's fine.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being a part of the show. All right, we appreciate.
Thank you. I'll see.
All right. So Joseph Fᴜʟɪᴛ, I think the judiciary will continue to make the news. Really, it's just what it is because our politicians have found a way of dragging them. Yes, that politicians now know where judgments are. They have their fishing net, so they just throw it in.
If you Abuja me, I will abandon you.
I will abandon you. And then that continues to make a mock was Marafa and Yari. They fought themselves to a standstill to the point where they could not even present a candidate. I think we saw it in Rivers State too.
Yeah,
where the same APC it's just left for to put the body and just cover it with sand. Okay. Where they are now as it stands with all we have seen.
For me, two things that is very, very key to me. A very wonderful person. He told us then when we were having a conversation that it's always now they are mocking the judiciary. They are mocking the judiciary, and because you are saying, "Oh, this decision of the court."
No, we are not sure. We are not sure. It's all
they
speculation.
themselves they know.
No, it's are becoming very concerning.
Yes, if what we learn the way the judiciary, the judges, the uprightness, to be.
I agree with you on that. And we have a lot of questions to ask.
The other one is another thing that they only remember me is what he is doing. You look at someone's behavior, you check his age and check his behavior. You compare the two. You draw out. You come out
conclusion.
With your, conclusion because. It's like they just believe.
Yes.
But I don't even believe that people in Ibadan is watching or believe that the world
is even watching what they are doing there.
Because Oga Fuad, if you didn't know those guys there, those distinguished, wonderful
Nigerian
governor and senator SABC, you will believe that you don't know what
they are doing yet.
You understand? Because that is okay. You are the chairman of an event. You now came out and say, okay. The person, an umpire that is very, very key.
I know say no come because of the court judgment.
I know that it's not around, but you are still continuing
with that. No. What he said is that, look, me, I cannot take a decision again. I'm withdrawing. But whether to proceed or not will now be left in the hands of the delegates.
So he's on the day that he knows that.
He needed to announce to the whole world that INEC, I know, again, Nuruddin. With INEC's absence at that convention, what does he say?
With the electoral laws.
Because at the end of the day, whatever they did, they will still have to write INEC
with the list.
With the list. And so the question would have been, did we send anybody there?
Even Oga
because when I say the PDP,
it's still historical, yes. This is historical. The man was not lying.
But the thing there is this.
Yes.
The people will pick their own.
Nuruddin.
PDP will pick their own. No.
They say Pᴜʟɪᴛɪᴄᴜ.
But the thing there is this.
You know, people can lie to you. Like Joseph was trying to say that look, the most difficult person to wake from a sleep is the person pretending to.
I agree.
So look,
if you don't do this during the particular convention from the world. That is the one of the
first people
yes. That is where you have to write the INEC. They have to be informed.
Yes.
Prepare themselves. You have a campaign across all the party members in all the states. Then when you are going to submit the form,
even the
delegates. Then after that, cases now happened.
And there's a decision that look,
don't go. We agree that there's one court because if you are saying the courts, we must define it that there is also one court that said they should go ahead. But the most important thing that we are following.
So now the INEC is not there.
Now the INEC is not there. What it means is that
it
doesn't follow what it's supposed to follow. But the problem that I'm still having there is this.
Yes.
If we really want to practice democracy with the type of judiciary we have, it's going to be very difficult for us to practice this democracy. It's going to be very difficult.
Now, I will ask you a question before we talk.
This
is talking about judiciary.
This is not judiciary.
Our judiciary, but our judges also have talked to politicians.
No.
We know election of Osun State.
Yes.
before the Court of Appeal brought in Ademola Adeleke.
Crisis within the party. If you don't fight yourself to the point where you have to approach the courts, would you blame? Wait, just
in the same country.
Just calm down. Ogajo, you listen to Barrister when he said, "Okay, why did they deny Sule Lamido the opportunity to get a form?"
That is one of the areas that
because
PDP
now he has now gone to court and there's a judgment. Let everybody come in. Luckily, those people who prefer Turaki, Saminu Suraki.
If you have the majority,
so since you know you have the majority, why don't?
Do you want to tell us that the judges that gave expertise order in Oyo did not know that Omotosho
and the Justice Elifu
has given, let's say the one of Elifu came
make money.
Who is making money?
Yeah, many ways to make money.
Is it the
yes,
party?
say Oga Fuad.
Who is making money now?
Which is some individual now, not the party. The party, they cannot go to those called free lawyer. We go there.
Okay,
go
but
collect
the lawyers will.
Yeah, they collect brief and the rest. And God Fuad, we are just talking that INEC is not there. INEC is not there. Don't be surprised tomorrow. INEC came and say we are there. No, we cannot be there. If, for example, if the right
say no, that
they seen the current yes, they will tell you that yes, and they will come out with the report that we have report that
PDP case is a soap opera. He has a lot of series.
Okay, but let's look at some of these individuals. Governor Fintiri he also took a position on the expulsion of Wike and others, saying it was never part of the script. I'm not for this. It will further divide the party. He was not also present anyways. He was present. It was not like those that did not come. And his position was that, look, this was never a part of the script. I disassociate myself the party. Now, those were the decision of the convention to expel Wike and others. There were other governors of the PDP for no reason, did not give any reason. They did not just late. Yes, thank you. No,
driver is far away from Oyo State now.
So they didn't tell them. So those ones came late, and it's understandable because their governor had already announced that he will be porting from the PDP.
Maybe it's another person that is bankrolling the.
I have a reason for when I say clap for the PDP, I know what I'm saying.
If I what they do,
they give you a lot. I said, at some point, NEPA did their thing. I had to on my jet because I needed to see. I don't want anybody to tell me that something happened. So I wanted to really monitor and see. Now, Adeleke did not come.
That one is on the shopping list. That one is shopping for party.
What's his name? This entire episode. How many governors are left in the PDP? And you have a situation where it's just as if others are marking time. If you look at the body language of Fintiri, you look at the body language of Caleb Mufwang, even at that Kefas has taken a position. He says for the glory of Taraba State. Well, a conversation for another day. Don't you think that as it stands, this is a dead party? Let's just say the way it is.
Well, for me, I will equally pray too that when you go to mosque,
like Barrister was telling me before the show, he said the people remaining in the PDP are undertakers. The party is already dead. They are all just helping to carry the body to the mortuary for burial.
If you
the cemetery for burial.
If you not see a party that PDP have office is spread across the whole federation.
Used to be the largest political party in Africa.
For them to be in this kind of
mess
situation is not all of them get to.
It appears that there was one man.
It's equally possible that both Fintiri that said they didn't know this script and the one that equally brought this, all of them they
are working on the same script.
They are on the same script. It's just okay.
So the script is
what?
Let's
take this AY live something to Oyo State and add for every Nigeria, a wonderful Nigeria.
So do you think that they are
whether Wike was equally in Oyo State in that, although you go for another thing, birthday of
was it? No, that was in Lagos now. I mean, where that was in Lagos.
Oga Fuad is a sitting governor, not ex-governor. A city governor is saying that
could not have called his colleague to say
you did not know what you are presiding over. It's like
no. He said he got there, and now that INEC is not here, I am withdrawing from the process, but I cannot stop it. So I leave that decision whether to go ahead or not to the delegates.
See, Oga,
don't you think he was just a man that was trying to play safe?
Just a film. Is a film for everyone. Are we not talking about it now?
Okay, let's
comedy. This country to become comedy.
Yeah.
In 2027, we should sit down and make an informed decision because Nigeria put Nigeria in among all of us. When you see adults
cannot even coordinate themselves.
Now, adults cannot just coordinate issue of a party.
Or Sadolo is saying that Governor Adeleke, Fubara, similarly Fubara of Rivers State, well, Agbukefas has moved. That look, those are candidates. Remember that in a recent interview, Nyesom Wike said he had told Adeleke that. Do you know what you are doing?
And your election is next year.
And your election is next year. Remember also, for leaving the party, to have signed my form or nominate me. Don't you think as it stands, we might have a situation?
We pleaded that one. That was
-1.
But the one of Ademola Adeleke,
where is he going to go to now?
He has a big problem. One of the problem that he has is this. You know, he has tried to enter APC.
They don't agree.
But in fact, to the extent that on family level, everybody, that one is Dole.
He's governor now.
So, and he's a governor, and he's going to take the structure. And those people that have been watering the structure since the last election they lost. So that one is one part.
Can they still broker a deal?
But it's possible. It's possible. You know, in politics, if you have to look at
it, they can
sit down and talk.
So would you advise Adeleke to leave the PDP as it stands?
Because the election is next year.
With where we are with the PDP, would you be advising Adeleke?
He can't stay. But the Katakeros holes that are on ground for him to dip in is already. So he's now shopping.
Or you might even have a situation where the PDP produce more than one candidate.
It's not even about producing.
Which faction will now sign off on the
form that's going to the INEC?
To the INEC, yes.
In the states, they may not have problem of division. No, he is looking at ADC. I heard that they are still speaking, and he may also look for another party, a neutral party that can. But how he's going to do that between now and next year is another thing.
And the elections are
he wants to put somebody there, and majority of those people that are eyeing that seat from APC, they are more so. So practically, you'll be able to steal it. He's going to steal the show and make sure. And that's one of the things.
You know, Governor Caleb Mutfwang also has a problem.
His own
the caliber of people in the APC in Plateau State.
Now, so that's the reason why moving to APC
may be difficult.
For Mutfwang, if he moves to APC,
yes, he has stayed put.
Yeah.
But the reality, according to the national leader of the PDP, is that look, he will probably leave the party. I would have to leave the party.
No.
What I'm saying is that look at Plateau State.
Yes.
Senators, you remember?
Many. Mr. President is a politician that in anything politics he look at his own interest first.
So why was he not able to drag Adeleke into the APC now?
The reason why, even the Adeleke own,
yes,
I still believe that the president has not spoken. This is the first time that he's making that particular move. But if the president moves,
this one looks
is there anybody in APC that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will speak on a particular matter? It's only if that person wants to leave the party for him. So I still believe. I think and that is the thing.
Lawyer now,
yes,
by Tunji Abdulhamid, and he's telling us that according to section 82, subsidiary.
Okay.
You understand?
You don't have to monitor. Yes, so why do you have the courts?
By the time we get to court, then we'll see a lot of interpretation.
And you know lawyers will never agree.
The activities of politicians in Nigeria, just make sure, just look at it that you are
the president.
Governors.
No,
you will get your mental.
No.
You will be disturbed mental.
They manage government. They decide the policies that affect you and I.
Because, for example, let me tell you, Oga Fuad,
yes,
if it is a civilized country, for our dear governor, brilliant,
and if our next presence is not that important, he would not have mentioned it. So I'm not deciding.
Notice and say, come and explain. Based
INEC is not needed. Even the courts. You know that there is something that is he said INEC maybe their representatives. Oh no.
More will happen.
The game will start tomorrow.
Most likely, I'm sure we'll have a media briefing from it will be on TV later in the evening. To explain and take a position. Yes, no. I'm sure that cases are still going to be flying right left and center.
But they can pull something. So take Nigeria attention from a particular.
No, what they are not.
League in PDP. One. There is one league. PDP must not present presidential candidates, and if they are going to present, there must be a weakened one. Those one is a camp of Wike and Co. There are some they want to take over the party and make it, but their mind is in APC. But they want to finish PDP before they will now leave.
Okay, well, those party hoping that they will surprise us. they're going to do something unique, or maybe they're
of not following laws.
Okay, so if
they have the habit, even from when PDP was still the dominant party, yes. They have that habit, and that habit they don't know now. Put that one into there, or else one thing there is that the party will not. They will still be. They will still be
in live transmission, live commentaries and analysis of the Nigeria DR Congo match by 8 o'clock. I'm sure a lot of you
stay tuned to
Mainland FM. You don't need. So if you don't have, you are going to have our sport presenters and analysts coming to the studio to give you statistics, data, also update you as the match progresses, to give you insight, to give you commentaries, analysis of that match between Nigeria and DR Congo. We will just step aside on the with Lieutenant Naval Officer Yerima. It was like the major talking point. In fact, it was Trump that dominated the media space and the public space in terms of our conversation. Everybody talking as the new week progressed into there are people up till this moment. There are people who are still saying that no, this should not happen. You can't be having people deploying the military. A very prominent. Let me just keep my opinion anyway. So
just leave it.
But he's been very consistent. He's been pushing the narrative that look, there's no way anybody would have excused in age, in exposure, in ranking. You know, they've been talking a lot about the fact that look, it was city minister. There are people who have said that look, yes, Wike as the FCT minister has jurisdiction, but as the minister, yes, he has right to do whatever he wants in terms of control and management and administration of land in Abuja. But that look, there was nothing that could have been done. That look, we self use derogatory words on the
that one
being it. But Rudy, when you
line clothing that people put in fact a lot of journalists on Facebook of my home
position. And what was your position? Is the
very well in terms of behavior.
It didn't behave properly.
Because what happened? Those people working on that particular land, when they were working, FCT officials in charge of land or whatever, with people they call to the
owner of the land,
the vice admiral, and you know that one has access to so he now send his boys to come and protect
the people working
there. That was the reason why those people were there. So when they now, because those soldiers met those people there, they chased them away. Whether they
about what we saw,
no, that is why some people did not know the background. So after that, put a call through to the current chief of naval staff that this is what your guy get back to you. He did not wait for that feedback before he went there with the police. And what happened? Coup in Nigeria happened January 15, 1966.
Yes.
Military has been part of our democracy. That is nothing we are going to do. Don't let us deceive ourselves. And there is a special law for them since their intervention into prayer inside before they will release it for the civil courts. Now, when you get there, see a military not good, then then the angle of the military is like they don't succumb to our constitution. Don't let us. It's not even about the issue of the Wike alone. You cannot go and arrest. It only go through their own hierarchy. Which Wike, if the former chief of naval staff also did not have document according to the information particular land, and soldiers are guiding them. Soldier could guide because soldiers are part of his own property as a retired naval chief. But guy handle the matter very well. But for me, that LT Yerima has not done anything wrong under the law. He has not done anything.
Well, I think that has been
under the law. That was a blow.
I'm also taking a position. Joseph Fᴜʟɪᴛ, again, when it comes to land matters, it's just like when we talk about court orders and processes. Yes. It might be too cumbersome. It's not as easy as we see it. Document over a property. The rules guiding. So because again, I told a few people that look is that the land has been owned and allocated to somebody. And if the people are sold to the general, it should now be whether he was using it for what the place was approved for. So you cannot say the man does not have
a document.
Proper. You know, it's a different thing entirely than saying he doesn't have any paper. You know, when we talk is that as it stands of the armed forces, and that is why he also has the power to hire and fire any of them upon ratification, because that is why he's not elected. He's appointed by the president. So when you have a situation where two constituted authority are clashing on a matter like land in Abuja, somebody said what he said without a microphone. He wants to unsay it with 10, you know. So what was the problem there really? With what you saw?
Yeah. For me, the challenge is before I believe that showed that
was this about law, really?
Yes, it showed that he's ignorant of the law that he studied in the school. The reason is this: himself was an appointee of the president, right?
Yes.
To obey the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If Wike is that was time, because you see his name on one side of his chest, and you see the Nigeria on the other side, you would have addressed Yerima with those, not Yerima as an individual that you feel that before. Secondly, Wike is equally ignorant of the military. That the military, the person that give an order is the only person in the whole process, and equally like embarrassing the president is. There is no way that guy, you know, when they give phone to him and tell him it is your so person that is talking, his hand was in the pocket before, but he removed his hand with knowing that he's talking to a person out there. Then Wike did not equally order. The chain of command, he will follow it again. Please, Mr. So talk to the admiral to talk to his boys that ABC. If you look at it, immediately he spoke, the guy spoke, Yerima spoke, and hand over the phone to her. Do you know why Wike left that very place? Because he might have told him, Oga, come up for that place. He said he congratulated Wike because it would have been like panel of acquiring.
If he had been killed,
work to do. The Ministry of Information have a lot of work to do now to educate everyone on what military, the way military operate. Oga Fuad, by God's grace, all my children are in regimental school, that military school. And I know military, if you talk of discipline, they, whether Navy, whether Air Force, whether the Army, they don't rock the boat. Okay, give a commissioner say give the phone to the junior. And I say, no, you now say no. Please allow that person to go. Military doesn't operate that way. In as much as an order, it is the person that gave that order that you follow through and say, please tell your boys to change.
So he's the only one that can change.
He said, I'm a commission officer,
and that I'm acting on order.
On order. What you would have done? Okay, if you're acting on, no problem.
I'll talk to you.
Let me go and talk to.
If the military hierarchy wasn't helping Wike's cause, couldn't he just
face interact with the cognitive psychologist? With all honesty, because for me, Wike believe that the president is even under him.
How bad could the case have been?
Well, I said,
it could have been very bad.
That police would have scattered the whole matter.
Is it police or DSS officer?
No, it's a police.
Okay,
there's a police that make a statement that would have triggered back. They already trying to. And you know I don't know what caused the problem between police and military.
Yes,
I don't know the kind of. And what I'm saying, military was not supposed to be there. For me, let the president
call him to order.
No, of those police risking the life of those. It's possible that if they attend there, collateral damage and more will be coming. I know the way they do their own things. Nigeria, the territorial. If you say,
what about the argument that why would you be sending soldiers to go and guide a
they did not send soldiers. See, Oga Fuad, that's the mistake. That's a national orientation agency need to talk to us.
These officers have been detailed.
So that's to protect their Oga.
At that level.
So they are protecting him, his family, and his properties.
He's protecting the Oga, not even he's protecting the Oga.
The interest of the Oga.
Forget whether they are not there for land. They are there that Oga have interest in this very place, and we need to protect. Oga detail them, go to that very place and put this in order. Then we can now take. So for me, the president they should give him a query.
And people should know
you would have killed yourself.
And people should know one thing: if somebody is a retired naval or army staff,
they don't believe.
No, we are one, and that's one of the things that make them different. That is why I said that since 1966, the intervention of military in politics they have been part of politics and they will not leave. That is why you see that they are constituency.
And again, you understand it. Even though if the new person now you are calling him the chief of, and you look at the,
we are supposed to be junior. We are supposed to be junior.
He will be addressing him as Oga.
He will address him as Oga.
So for me again, we are not moving forward. For me, what Yerima did showed that the military training is still very robust.
Yes.
Those that are in charge of their,
I think we also have to fighting.
We are fighting for these people.
Big people fighting them.
Maybe because it's unfortunate that during this,
if they want us another state to Lagos State without the knowledge of
about many people.
Yes, now in fact, you know that they brought them from the north. They brought them from the north. Those officers.
One of the one that said forget that one.
All right, we need to open the phone line because we will be. We will be closing the show early today. Match between Nigeria and Congo, do analysis, give updates as the match progresses. So wherever you are watching the match, listening to live commentaries, you can't why we have to win the match and what can be done. You know, again, it's always interesting and details. I have a lot of messages on Facebook 410-091 36000410. We've talked about the PDP, bro, a major talking point in the PDP. Hello, good evening, Usifo.
Thank you very much. You know, both for and against. Well, I don't want to belabor on that matter. As people may be surprised to hear me say this. Yes.
Was Wike rude to him? Wait now. The man was rude to Wike, but was Wike rude?
Wike, he was an irritant.
Wait now, just calm down now. Luckily, we have a video that says I'm working on others. I'm posted here.
And then he said I'm not a fool.
Okay,
I'm not an idiot. Okay.
Somebody says the other man is a fool.
Order.
Yes, he was obeying. Yes, that he was acting an order. So you think he was the one that was rude to Wike?
Order could be superior.
And from what? From past and former military generals about the vice admiral. So with everything you saw, you think he was never rude to him?
No.
By calling him a fool.
Wike felt irritated. Yes, I'm very the man.
So you think
he wouldn't have even said anything. If America, he will say yes, sir.
Yes, sir, he's a fool.
If we tell them to touch him or shove him, then
let me ask you, Peter. Have you ever called them a fool?
Out of provocation, I may call somebody a fool.
Okay. Hello, good evening. Yeah, you can do that.
If that man from Aᴅɪṛɪģ talks, you should know where he's coming from.
No problem. I now understand.
Let me tell you, I don't blame Wike. I couldn't have called him a fool or something. When Wike was telling that man you're a fool, he didn't know himself. He didn't know what he was
They said he was annoyed with him. How did you know?
I couldn't have said him out of himself.
Okay.
What they did now, I don't want to say that they're the court or no court. What they did now is right, and they would have done these things since. Let's forget about.
They didn't say wait. What did they say? They didn't. It's not a blanket still over. What they said is that when it comes to leadership issues, it does not affect congresses and some other functionality.
Whether it's legal or not legal. What they have done now, they should have done this thing since.
So whether it is legal or illegal,
I don't know who told them that Wike cannot be expelled. For them to summon that court having two heads.
No problem.
Why are you afraid of?
All right, thank you. Hello, good evening.
Wow, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Ambrose.
I greet Joseph Olorunso and
good evening. We greet you too.
There was a statement that one of the callers made last week. I tried as much. I couldn't get to. Where one of the callers said that there was a genocide.
You understand what I'm saying, Pastor Ambrose?
I understand.
And maybe when we discuss insecurity, we'll talk about that issue again.
Okay. Fuad.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. The truth of the matter is that my father was a military man before he died.
Maybe you will help us about obey
the last order. You leave it to President Tinubu is not happy with what Wike did. I'm telling you, because he comported himself and Wike left there out of shame. If I were Wike, like people said, I know how to go about it. Why is it that one government will come, they will issue
allocation letter to people.
Allocation.
This one will come and
another
revoke it.
Minister will come and revoke it. Another one will come and reissue
and revoke it again.
If government not continue, that was the case of that land. It was given to Santos.
Santos sold it to the general. Yeah.
Yes.
When I listen to Larry, I'm like, so you think the general will be so with all his knowledge and the issue there was the use of the land, which is a different matter entirely.
And say because of this, you just go these people's land. It's just unfortunate. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You see, when you are doing the analysis,
yes,
one of your colleagues in the institute very well.
Yes.
The INEC must monitor the process.
That's what I know.
Even within the convention.
Yes.
And if that lawyer did not understand it, let him go and hear where he studied law from. To say his certificate is not statement. Any professional. We are just deploying the soldier to any private sector, anywhere. Yes, he must say. Wait. In case of emergency, listen. You cannot just deploy the soldier. Go and check in the constitution.
Do you think that every deployment of soldiers now they must talk to the president? You want to kill the president?
Why did it? Why by their private? It's not by private use. It's for national purpose.
Okay.
Before you deploy a soldier, why did you deploy? Where did you deploy?
But let me ask you, were you happy that Wike was calling the soldier a fool? Was that the right thing? Even if it was wrong. Yes.
In section 37, 38, 40, he said the right of individual.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, Malam Salau. How you doing?
I did fine, sir. How everybody?
Yeah, we do.
Thank God that yesterday they did PDP wakekeeping, and today finally.
Now convention, which nobody goes in there. Sheyibakile would not be happy with what you have said, though.
Mike, no, that's forward. You see, when people that have no value politically have stay in politics, even Makinde himself, I'm suspecting him like he's working for Wike. Makinde himself, the elected chairman now, he's a senior advocate now. He's supposed to know law now. Maybe them the highest lawyers. He's they conduct primaries convention without the INEC president there. Conflicting judgment from there and there. He was the other time he was threatening Tᴜɪ̀nᴜ, the founding father
of the
in
party.
the whole north of Gafford. In the whole north, there is no politician like Tᴜɪ̀nᴜ. They stand on principle.
Especially when it comes to the PDP, I think the man has never left the PDP. Tᴜɪ̀nᴜ.
He has never. He has. I'm telling you, if today Tᴜɪ̀nᴜ said that he's going to the camp for APC, they go. Tinubu will declare one Congolese public holiday within the party of this state because the man is a heavyweight politically. You understand?
I'm with you.
A minister, a two-time governor.
But he's still not talking about. It's not as big as that.
Sir, virus is the tsunami of say Baba.
Not also, his son still lost.
No, what he's saying is that the influence of say Baba was the issue.
When he lost the APC in 2015, there is power of Nᴜʟū is just a quick that you can push.
All right, thank you,
and before basis on Wike are retired general.
Yes.
4 of them are retired general, and Wike is telling a military officer in uniform that you are a fool. That means he's telling those people that if it's a military man that just came down from Tendisa, that says and nothing will happen on that for that.
I know that. Good evening, Prince. Why?
Where the argument setting, the best thing to have done by Wike is to go back to his office. Somebody send somebody there. Talk to his boss by talking to that junior officer. Said for me, he slap on his face. The best thing to have done is to go back to the office and not my parents. If you tell to see that, you see that. If you tell him wait, but there's something else. In fact, he has to apologize to all Nigeria. That's my mistake for that. And for PDP, it should think of again. When will it take place? That is a big question to all of them. And I want to say something categorically.
Party now, Prince Wise.
He has left the party for them now. This drama that he has left. You are still calling
Prince Wise. Why are you always calling Atiku?
When you talk of politics issues, politics before all these people, when you see Atiku